So the connection is getting there. Okay, it's going. Whew, finally. Hello everybody, I'm so sorry. I just OSB and the camera decided to get weird at the last minute. Welcome to my shop. Can you just lift it a bit? Make it up a bit. That's enough. Okay. Welcome everybody on YouTube. Welcome to everybody on Instagram. Well, thank you, Jamie, Carl. Thank you everybody to include me in this thing. Thanks for the invitation. It wasn't that easy. I haven't done YouTube live, so I had to learn all these things, always OBS and how to get my DLSR to be connected to this. I wasted a lot of time. Anyway, I hope this broadcast is going to be useful for you. I decided to talk about a design story, since I thought since I'm not going to be able to make a project just within an hour, so I might as well to talk about a design that evolved over like a few months. So I wanted to make a table, tall table. It's going to be end table next to a chair. So without drawing anything, I usually design then go to the workshop. This one I just let me do it and see how it turns out. So I got few pine wood. I'm not sure how to get some wood. I am really influenced by the Oriental style. I think you could see this in all my designs I'm building. So I wanted to have a small table that I could put it next to the chair. I could put stuff on it, and I could use it next to my desk sometime to lay my mobile. So this is the first design I came up with. After I finished it, of course there's always room for improvements. So I looked at it like, okay, well, it is useful, but not as useful as I wanted. All I have is just a top. It doesn't look that, well, it's ugly, kind of. Anyway, so I decided to do something different. For example, the top, I want it to be square. I don't want to have this thin side and tall side. The legs should be different. So I wanted to go with a square top. So I decided to go with another concept, which is a square table. How about that? A square table. This is not two sides, of course. It's going to be taller. But I was fascinated by the idea of having an apron, a top. The legs are still were the same, so I wanted to do something different with them. So I thought about, what about tapered legs? And I still have this area still not used. So I needed to do something. So after that, I went to SketchUp and started drawing. At least I know what's the design concept that I wanted. A square, tall. The next one. I came up with this design. I think I should have this facing me so I can't see. Let's have a shot. Okay. I hope you can see it. I came up with this design, tapered legs, and I added a drawer as well. Maybe this is clear. I did the shelf, the bottom shelf. The top, I added a table on the bottom. This one, I built it as well out of pine because it was going to be a prototype. This is what I built. I'm trying to read the comments as well. I have my wife and my daughter here kind of be moderators as well. This is the design I came up with. This is still the prototype. I'm going to be using it. I've been using it in my house. I think I covered everything what I designed. So let me walk you through this. I'll start with the legs. That was the first thing that anybody would see. Tapered legs. I put tapered legs from both sides of the way. On the top, of course, going to be square to hold the apron. This is one of these things when you have a problem, it tends to be actually a blessing. Since this wasn't really a very good wood, I had one of the legs, after I finished them and tapered them and they were very much ready to assemble, one of them was broken from here, from the bottom. So I had two choices. Start from scratch, not scratch, I just cut another leg or find a solution for this one. And I was able actually to add another detail for the design. I'm trying to show you. I added table on the bottom only, if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. I have a leg. So I did a test on a different leg, just square one. I did it all the way. It was really ugly, so I threw it away. So this is what I decided on. The next challenge was the drawer. The original design didn't have actually any drawers. It was just a table with a shelf. Then I thought to myself, well, if I add a drawer, then I would have another useful thing. I could put my reading glasses, keys, anything I want. So this added anything you add to the design, of course, presents you another challenge. The drawer is small due to the size of the table, very small. So I don't want to put sliding steel stuff, the hardware. I don't want to use hardware. So I came up with this idea where I put like wooden slide, just old style one, wooden slide, and I have a track in the drawer. That's solved the problem. This, you have to know, this project, since the design wasn't commissioned, it was really up to me to come up with the design and to just evolve it, since it's not nobody asking for anything specific. It is for me. I'm going to be using it. Nobody's complaining about it. So I needed to put as many challenges in it as I can. For the face, I put I needed to put something different. So I came up with the, if you can tell, I have all the spaces here, all the pieces, all the test pieces. I decided to just to put face on the box by itself. And when the time came for the pole, I decided about the pole, I wanted to add something different. So I would turn this pole, that tended to be just a bit too big. I did something smaller. I'm gonna bring it to the camera to see it. So that was the original idea, to put the pole like this. And that would be just great. Then, well, never stops. I wanted to add another detail. So I added Got you okay? Okay. So I added an area here, just open the area with the router for it. So the pole is going to be in a bit. I hope that makes sense. But the pole itself was a bit too big, so I came up with, I turned another one, which is this one, smaller one, much smaller, with the half hole inside there, the circle. Since this is ugly pine, I had the choice with the finish. I don't want to finish it with oil or wax, so I put milk paint, since I'm selling milk paint anyway, so I might as well use it. So I used these two contrasting colors. What was it? It was the marigold and what's that? The buttermilk. So it gave me this contrast. Now I'm gonna come close. I'm gonna come close to the camera just to show you the pole, because that's the. Sound good? I turn this one. Should hear it. So, after I finished this, somebody saw it, and actually I was commissioned to make another one, but this time it's going to be mahogany. I was hoping to finish it before this broadcast, but I couldn't. But I could show you the progress of it. How long is it? How long? Only 15. Ah! Now this is the original one. It's not glued all. It's not glued at all. So it's all pieces. I still have the sharp edges everywhere. The top is very much done. I need to add the chamfer on the bottom, and make the box for the drawer and the drawer front. It's going to be the same one as this one. So that's the story of this design. I'm going to go next with the
Can you show us how you attach the top of the table?
Yes. You have questions, Joe? Oh, it's gonna be hard, but I'll try. No, it's really hard to. Anyway, I use pocket holes And with wood, you have to consider wood movement. So I put the wood screws here so they can hold it kind of in the middle. So if there is any expansion of in the wood, it's not gonna affect anything. Yes, I don't. Any questions? Thank you. Right. Whoa, I thought I used more time. I think I have time to show you how I'm gonna turn the pole. I think we have to move everything there. That be possible? Or we just zoom in? Huh? Turn it and see if you can zoom in. Can you zoom in? Yeah. Not gonna be able to see me though. There you go. Let me get. It's big enough. Well,
Is a lathe used to taper the legs?
huh?
Is a lathe used to taper the legs?
No. I use. Oh, let me show this. A lot of people ask about this. Go back. Go back. Let me talk about this. This is the first time I had a chance to show it live. You see it? Look. This is what I use to taper the legs. It's micro jig tapering. But it's really easy to make one of those tapering jigs. It's just all you need is just 2 pieces of wood, I guess, just to have that angle done. This is, well, this has some calculations on it. This is what's nice about it. I'm gonna find the keys to. Should have had one ready. Sorry. Question, ما في question ولا شيء؟ Instagram people don't ask.
It's oh.
What?
Stuck.
I'm gonna get. Let me get this prepared on the table, so. No, you don't have. Well, I guess you can. Yeah, if you want. the center to go. Well, since most of the demonstrators are wood turners, I guess I should do wood turning as well. Is Carl awake yet? Is he awake?
Someone said, nice big shot.
Huh?
Nice big shot.
Thank you. شوف بدك قريت يمين ولا هني عشان نشوفه.
Look to the left.
Huh?
Look up down here. Is it better?
Good. You in? ولا هني؟ تقدر تخلينا نسوي.
wire too.
Oh, everywhere. Okay. Now I'm just deciding, or not deciding, I have the measurements of the pole, the whole pole. I'm using this to measure just what's gonna go inside gonna connect the face of the pole. It's gonna be 10 centimeters. Now I'm gonna shape this. Getting there. Where's the pole? Okay. The head of the pole is going to be 18, so get it to 18. Getting there. Now the connecting part.
are you self-taught?
That was the pull. So I'm gonna just sew it off now. Which ending is dirty. So this is going to be the pull. This is the part's going to go inside, and this has another function for it. Let me show you. Now, when I do the drawer, let's just pretend that this is the front of the box. I need to center the front of the drawer to the box itself. So what I do, I make a hole in the middle of the face of the box itself, and I have a hole in the middle of the outside piece of it. So if I put this one in the middle and this one in the middle, so I don't have to worry about lining up the whole drawer to the drawer front. So that's part of the things that come up when you work on these projects. Now, what's left from this project, the mahogany one, the tapering of the bottom of the top of the table. The box is just a regular box, the drawer box, and put the runners in, and with the pull and the front of the drawer, and that should finish it off. How long has it been?
Someone wants to know if you are self-taught or did you take classes?
I do take classes. I teach myself. I started with books. I started. My father-in-law, he's very talented. He's a car guy. He's not a woodworking, but he knows a lot about woodworking. So he gave me the first practical course in woodworking and wood machinery. He just gave me a crash course about all the saws and what they do, what the router does, what everything. And I took it from there. I started with books and YouTube. Then I took classes whenever I could. From one of them was from Carl 3 years ago. If you saw my post today in my Instagram story, that history showed up today actually. That I did this 3 years ago with Carl. I still have the ball here. I show it to you. Yeah, so I do take online classes. I buy books, magazines, talk to people. I'm not really sure what self-taught is. Nobody can teach themselves. I guess you could. But this is what I do. We have 15 minutes. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Can you talk about green and green?
Green and green. Okay. My favorite subject. Green and green. What do you know? Okay, let me just give you sorry. Take the box money. Probably few Green and green started in 1890s, the end of the 1890s by two architect brothers. They were Green and Green. That's what their last name. They were brothers. They were fascinated about the Oriental design, the Oriental influence. So they created this style called Green and Green, which led to their name. Basically, it has no edges. I mean, no sharp edges. Everything is what's it called? Everything is rounded very much. It has few characteristics: the cloud lift, the pigs, the dark the dark wooden pigs. And I have a box. I'm gonna bring it to show you. It's all organic, no sharp edges. I took a course with one of those masters in green, which was. You find it? Thank you. Gary Rogowski in Portland, Oregon. And this is the style of green and green. Sarah? Instagram, okay? These are the pigs that the main thing you see. I mean, so those two brothers designed a whole house in California, and they built it from their design and all green and green styles. The whole house. The house is a museum now, and they're planning on going to see it. One day to see it. I read about it. I saw movies about it. And there are some masters around in America, especially this style. So this is the style. This is green and green style. No sharp edges at all. This is a kind of cloud lift, but they use this in this. And you could tell that's Gary Rogowski. I took this in 2014. Thank you. Carl is up. Good morning, Carl.
Someone's asking you if this is your job or
Huh?
is this your job now or do you work somewhere?
Yeah, woodworking is my full-time job. Yeah, I know, I'm lucky. Glue for what? Morning car. I'm gonna be asleep when you go on your demonstration, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, SK Crafts. Appreciate that. Thank you. Carl, thank you so much for putting up this event with Jamie. It's really amazing. Everybody I talked to about it, they were just unbelievable. They just doesn't make sense to them. It's like, and for a whole 16 hours. Wow, it's gonna be 15 hours now because of our Sabbath training. Question Instagram? Oh, I didn't think that I'm gonna be early. Questions? Okay, so Carl, because you weren't here, we talked about design story. Thank you, Carl. Design story. It's a table that evolved. High table that evolved. The design evolved from just being a regular table to be a high-end table. Since you just came in, maybe some other people just came in as well.
What
So,
program do you use for this to do that design 3D?
I use SketchUp mostly. I'm trying to go to Fusion 360 because it has more control and it works better for CNC. So I heard. So I'm trying to migrate to. So to recap, can you see the whole thing in the camera? Yeah? Okay. So this is for the people who didn't see it. This is the first version of the table. I built it, it was too narrow from this side, and I didn't like the shape of the legs. And it wasn't the only useful thing that I have is just the top of the table. So I designed this one. See if you have. Can you zoom? Can you? Okay. So I designed this one, and it's has more uses. So you have the top, I have the shelf, and I have the drawer. So I built one out of pine. It's all for you, Carl, because you didn't see any of this. Yeah, go with Dorsey.
The Dutch Turner says you have a tidy workshop.
I haven't shown you everything, but thank you. So after I built this, I got commissioned to build another one out of mahogany. This one is going to be almost done. I show you the progress. And Carl, I'm not too sure if you were here, but I did do wood turning because the handle of the drawer was going to be round one, custom made. This is the mahogany. This is the one that's going to be, that's the commissioned one. It's almost done. It's not glued yet. All I have to do now, the drawer and the pole and table, bottom table, the top. This is much heavier than the pine, by the way. Can you see? This is the pole. All turned live. That was turned today. Somebody was asking me if I took self-taught myself. No, Carl was one of the people who taught me. Any questions? Well, almost done. Carl, did you see my story today? You know how Instagram comes show you the history, like posts you did it 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Today they put that ball that I attended with you during the class. It's right here. You remember this, right? Can you see it? Huh? What? Yeah, somebody else asking if I took some courses. One of the courses I took, wood turning, I took with Carl at his studio. It was from 10 until 7. I was exhausted after that, but I did learn a lot from him. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate it.
Question: what tool can you not go without in your workshop?
Pencil. Pencil. I write everything. I love to write everything. Design.
You mentioned CNC. Do you use it currently?
I do have one. It's a small one. I'm thinking about upgrading to the big one because I think I'm going to go into the production mode. The one I have is 24 by 24 work area, which is 60 by 60 centimeters. Thank you, JP. More questions?
Someone's waiting for your review on Laguna dust collection system.
Oh. Okay. Okay, well, the short review is very good. But I will do a review because I have so many more important projects now. I have to work on, sorry. But it's on the list.
Have you ever cut yourself on the scroll saw?
No. No. Well, since Carl did, I did then. No, I haven't, no. Hey. Thank you, Terry. I could do like a quick 360 tour if you want. Yeah. You want to do it? Oh. Okay. I'll do just a quick 360 tour of my shop. You guys don't mind. This is the main workbench where I work. This is my main workbench. This is the hand tool. This is small bathroom and the office. Right. That's the lumber rack right there. And the miter station is behind that column. This is the garage door. Can you move? It's what you have to show here. It's the garage door. This is where the lumber comes in. This is the table saw, the band saw, marker table, drill press, the dust collector, the drum sander. This is the thickness of the CNC, the planer, more clamps, the small lathe, some storage up there, the workshop door, and we keep going until we reach me. That's me. that wasn't. Thank you, Karen, for coming in. Well, I have 2 minutes left. So JB, who's next? It was supposed to be, it's Wayne now. So Wayne moved in instead of the Cyprus guy. I hope he's safe now. Anyway, thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, JP. I think I let the system just sign me off. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Carl, yours is, I think it's going to be 4 in the morning here, I think, or 3 in the morning. I try to stay up for it. Oh, was that it? I try to stay up for it. Thank you again. Thanks everybody, and welcome to my shop. I have 1 more minute. I'm going to be blabbering until, I think YouTube is going to sign me out, right? Do they kick me out? So, huh? So, because it gives you the, I think it gives you, can you see it? Well, thanks team, my wife and my daughter, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, I'm gonna sign, oh yes, stop. I'm gonna sign out, so. Bye-bye.